Rhule joining us. Answer questions y'all have for him. Everyone should have recording access. If not, just let me know. Coach, if you want to start us off, we are good to go.
Yeah, obviously very proud of our guys. I thought they played a good football game today. Overcame 2 turnovers that obviously would have allowed us to maybe play a little bit better. I thought our defense was the tail of the day. Did a fantastic job getting to the quarterback, not allowing big plays, and getting off the field on third down. After our third down woes, I thought the staff went back. The players went back, and they had our best week of practice, our best week of preparation, and I think it showed up in the game. I thought it was a total team win with so many of our, players down, not able to play. I thought a lot of guys stepped up, and we did what it took to win. Teddy, thought he was fantastic on the sidelines. We took him out before the game. He looked really good. I think everyone agreed that he could play. But in my gut, I just didn't feel like it was the right thing to do. So I made that decision. Teddy wanted to play, but like the true competitor that he is, but like the true team player that he is, he respected my decision. I made the decision to start PJ. I had Will available. I think Will's got an outstanding future, but just felt like based off this week's practice that if Teddy couldn't go, that I was going to start with PJ and see how it went. So those were my decisions, whether they worked or not. And I think everyone this week did a fantastic job of trying to get Teddy as close as possible to being ready to play. And I think besides the job that the defensive staff did, I thought Jake Peets, our quarterback coach, did a remarkable job coaching the quarterbacks and getting 3 guys ready to play. So with that, I'll take your guys' questions.
Let's start with Joe Person and then go to Jason Brown.
Hey, Matt, what specifically did the defense do today that was different, better, improved from a scheme standpoint?
I don't think it was necessarily scheme. I think we just played better. I think we've been in position to make a lot of plays on third downs, and we haven't quite made them. I think today our guys went in with a real focus. We were able to, even the last play of the game on defense, that was an unbelievable job by Shaq of diving and tipping the ball away. And that's what we've been saying to our guys, like, hey, there's going to be opportunities. How do you get off the field on third down? You make the plays to get off the field on third down. And whether it was Corn, whether it was Shaq, whether it was Justin Burris, guys made those plays. I thought the defensive line showed up to play, and I thought Phil had a nice pressure, no pressure, all up look. Blitz, we showed a blitz the whole time and then either bail or came. I think early on we stopped the run early on. I think we held them to 40 yards rushing. So once we kind of could move past having the run, the offense got enough of a lead with a 14-point lead that it became a passing game and we could kind of go back and forth. So we called a lot of the same pressures we have called, Joe. We just, we just didn't turn a guy loose. We played with a little more discipline, played with a little more confidence. And that credit to me goes to both Phil and his staff, but also the players. I thought the players, again, had their best week.
Hey, Coach, Jason Brown with Spectrum News 1. Just to further that point with the defense, obviously you did make plays on third down, but how important was it the fact that wasn't always third and short? You made plays on not only third down, but first and second down as well.
Yeah, I thought it was, it was a great effort. We gave up the one dig, early on. But I thought they did a good job of keeping plays in front of them. I thought they did a good job of rallying to the ball. I thought we tackled well. We got that early turnover. So, a lot of things that were, important to us happened.
Let's go to Elena Getzenberg, followed by David Newton.
Hey, Matt, I was curious, what stood out to you about PJ in practice that made you feel like he should get the start over Will? And then how did you think he did today?
I thought he practiced well, and I thought he played really well today. I thought there were some things in the first half that, receivers, a lot of things in our offense, receivers have to make decisions, have to make reads. And if the receiver's a little bit off, Teddy sometimes, because he has so many reps, can adjust. I thought there were a couple chances for big plays where PJ was right. The receiver was maybe a little off in his decision, and it didn't quite, connect. I thought in the second half, the receivers really stepped up. Robbie made a huge catch on an over route, and I thought everything kind of took off from there. Obviously PJ can't have the two, goal to go interceptions. And so those could have cost us the game. And like anything else, those are always, combination of many factors. But I thought, I think you go 24 for 34 in your first start, you played pretty well. And I think the big play to DJ early on was something that our team needed. I thought it was a jolt in the arm for us. I think that drive, we went 95 yards. I'm not sure. I think am I right on that? It was a 95-yard drive. So, I think anytime you have a 95-yard drive, on your second or third drive as a starter, that gives you a chance to win.
Matt, two things. There was an early report that you guys were going to activate Bridgewater, and then it came back that he was going to be inactive. Was that what happened? And expand on what you mean by you didn't think in your gut it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, and I mean this. There's reports all the time, and it's hard for me to comment on all of them because I hear so many of them. Like I meant what I said all week. I was going to take Teddy all the way up until game time. I was going to take him out there and work him out, and I was going to make a decision. And he was cleared to go. That he was allowed to go. He wanted to go. I just felt like as I watched him move, he moved at like 85%, and I didn't feel like it would be. At that position, especially with his history on the left knee, I didn't feel like it was the right thing to do to ask him to go out there and go against, his instincts. But in terms of the reports, I just, there's reports, and I can't comment on. I know this week I've been as straight up as there was no coach speak this week. I know Teddy, and he told me at the beginning of the week he wanted to play, and so he prepared like a monster this week to get ready, and we followed it all the way through, and could have maybe activated him, and had him sit on the bench, but, as an emergency guy. But even then, I just felt like PJ and Will could go win the game for us. And I felt like for Teddy to ask him not to play to his strengths would not be smart. He's going to move in the pocket. And you saw, PJ today had to move, had to run, had to make some plays outside the pocket. And so it just didn't seem like it was the right thing to do.
All right, guys, we only have time for two more, so let's go to Jonathan Alexander and then finish with Brett Johnson.
Hey, Matt. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. I'm wondering, how did you weigh whether Teddy was going to play, and how did you feel PJ responded to doing it on such short notice?
Can you ask me that again? I'm sorry. It's making a sound.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I'm wondering, how did you weigh whether you were going to play Teddy or not? Like, what was going through your mind as far as whether you play him or sit him? And how did you feel like PJ responded in telling him on short notice?
We told the quarterbacks all week, just to be prepared to play. That's the life of a backup quarterback. There is no time for disappointment as a backup quarterback. Your number gets called, you have to grab your helmet and go. And so you have to prepare like you're the starter and go out and play. And, my decision about Teddy is just exactly what I, said to David. He was cleared to play. He wanted to play. People thought maybe, he was ready to play. And I just felt like he would not be, I felt like he'd be at 80, 70, 80, 85%, and, knowing the competitor that he is, I didn't want to put him in harm's way. I want to win games, but at the same time, if a player does everything they can to try to go out there and be healthy, then I feel like it's my responsibility to protect them from themselves sometimes. And Teddy did everything he could to go out there and be as healthy as he could to play. And so I just, at the end of the day, I just couldn't make that call and put him out there. So I made the decision and was prepared to live with it, no matter what happened.
All right, Brett, you want to ask your question before we wrap it up?
Yeah, thanks. Matt, I was just curious, can you talk about two players specifically, one on offense and one on defense? DJ Moore had his really big game, first time in a while back on offense, was really active. And so was Brian Burns on the defensive side, I think part of 3 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. Both those players really had big games.
Yeah, DJ's been, he's been a deep ball threat the last couple of weeks. Able to hand him the ball one time, able to get him, some intermediate catches. I just think that's the way the game broke. I'm looking at this, and I again, it looks like Robbie had 7, DJ had 7, and Curtis had 8. Is that correct? That's as good spreading it around as possible. So, we have 3 good receivers, and we have other guys we count on as well, and The quarterback went to them and those guys made plays. And Burns, we moved him around. We played him as a linebacker. We played him as a D end. I think a lot of the blitz packages and the show stuff where we showed blitz and it came out, finally got him some more one-on-ones, and I thought he won. But at the same time, also thought there was elite coverage down the field. And I say that because I know Brian will be the first to tell you that, the guys covered really well, so he had time to get to the sack. Also, we had a lead, so they had to throw themselves back in the game. And also we were efficient on first down. So all of those things lead to production in the sack game. But, the biggest thing to me is Brian, is, as many of our guys are, they're growing in terms of understanding not what to do, but also why we do it. And they can adjust. And I'm really happy for Brian.
Guys, we got to let him go. Coach Rhule, we appreciate it.
Thanks.